Well, we're waiting for the start of the third quarter. 34 for Tumwater, 15 for Shelton. The High Climbers have just come out of their locker room, and there's, 40 seconds coming on the game clock to get the third quarter started. Again, the T-Birds are being led by Mackenzie Bergquist. She has 13 points. And Ashley Christopher, she has 12. 3 for Sierra Snyder. 2 apiece for Alyssa Gilchrist, America Weatherford, and Michaela Weller. For the High Climbers are being led by Taylor Stroud. She has 6 points. 3 apiece for Cheyenne Oberlin and Cassie Sloan. 2 for Jordan Leach, and a point for Aurora Gooley. Looks like it'll be Tumwater ball coming out of the halftime. Referees are not out here yet. Teams are ready to go. Now we're waiting for the refereeing crew. High Climbers have Sloan, Johnson, Gooley, Pinter, and Stroud. Tumwater has Gilchrist, Jones. Looks like Snyder, Christopher, and Bergquist as we wait for the referees to come out. And I see one of them. There we go. Here we come. The teams are ready. The referees are not. I think that's a first. So refereeing crew is ready to go. And it's a 19-point lead for Tumwater. And the T-Birds will start out with the ball. Snyder will inbounds it, get it in to Christopher, and we have a kid on the court, so we have to restart the game here. Young man wants to play some ball with the girls. So we'll restart it again. Inbounds this time goes to Gilchrist, and there's a little broken play there, but Snyder comes up with a little running hook that fell off. Sloan comes up with a rebound for Shelton. And here comes Leach up to Johnson. Johnson on the far side. Up top, back to Leach. Bounce it over to Stroud. Stroud top of the key. Over to Pinter. Pinter dribbles up top to Johnson. Johnson to the foul line, and then now to Sloan. Sloan stops at the top of the key. Finds Leach. Leach will bounce it over, and the shot clock ran out on the High Climbers. Nobody looked for a shot in that whole series. Climbers are going full court press. Inbounds goes off of the leg of Christopher out of bounds. And that's the 9th turnover on the T-Birds. First in the third period. 7:19 to go here in the third. Oh, we have a timeout real quick. 7:19 to go in the third. 34-15 is our score. We'll keep it right here. If you just joined us, the High Climbers only had 4 points in the second quarter, all from the free throw line. And they went there 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 times. The T-Birds have 2 players in double figures so far. And that's Bergquist and Christopher. It's High Climber ball coming out of the timeout in their backcourt, or actually in their baseline inbounds on their backcourt. Leach will trigger the play, looking it in and throws it into Johnson at the foul line. She bounces it to Pinter. Pinter will hand it off to Stroud. Stroud, pull-up jumper just inside the arc, can't fall in. Pinter knocks it free and falls on it in the middle of the paint. That's a jump ball. That'll stay with Shelton. 7:06 to go here in the third quarter. Baseline inbounds. That's Stroud. No, so Leach inbounds it to Stroud. Open jumper just inside the arc. That one fell in. And give her 8 points tonight. And it's a 17-point lead for Tumwater. 34-17. T-Birds have the ball. That's Schneider. Hands it off, and that is Jones. Getting across the key to Gilchrist. Now to Jones. Jones foul line jumper goes in. It's her first bucket of the night. And leads back up to 19. Here comes Stroud up the near sidelines with her dribble. Trying to get it down low, threw it away. Jones with the pickoff up to Schneider. Schneider has a 1-on-2. She's going to go right to the hoop, put it up a little too hard. Gilchrist, one dribble, back up, knocked out of bounds by Sloan. It'll be Tumwater ball, baseline inbounds to the left of the backboard. Schneider will trigger the play. Get it into Jones. Up it goes to Christopher. She goes to the hoop and a whistle on the High Climbers. Ella Pinter, her third. First whistle in the quarter for the High Climbers. 6:19 to go here in the third quarter. Baseline inbounds for the T-Birds. Schneider will trigger the play, looking into Jones, throws it into Christopher. Jumper goes in, that's a 2-pointer. That's 14 points for Ashley tonight, and it's now a 21-point lead. And Christopher comes up with a steal going to the hoop, and she's mugged and fouled by Stroud. That'll be her fourth. Gooley up off the High Climber bench. As Christopher's going to the line for 2 free throws. And she's 4 for 7 at the free throw line tonight. She has 14 points. Make it 15. Gooley will go get Stroud for Shelton, and Ashley Christopher has another free throw. 6:03 to go in the third. That one's short. Rebound. Johnson had it, but it goes to Gilchrist, to Christopher, to Bergquist. Bergquist had it knocked out of her hands. Out to Jones and off the glass and in. 4 points for Meredith, and it's 41-17 now. Tumwater on top. Shelton with the ball with 5:45 to go here in the third quarter. And a whistle on Tumwater. And that went on Sierra Schneider, her second. Sideline inbounds. Leach will trigger the play. Get it into Pinter. Pinter is bumped and fouled by Christopher, her second. Second team foul on the T-Birds. 5:40 to go here in the third. Leach will trigger the play from the scorer's table. Get it into Gooley. Gooley trying to get behind Bergquist. Looking to set up the offense. Throws it over to Pinter. Pinter dribbles up top. Throws it over to Leach. Leach drives the baseline. And an errant pass is picked up by Christopher. Christopher is a 1-on-3. Or 3-on-1, I should say. And the basket goes in by Christopher. That's 17 points for her. And it's 43-17 now. Tumwater on top. Shelton with the ball. Gooley throws it over to Leach. Bounce it over, and it's Pinter. Hand it off to Sloan. Now it's Johnson with it. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson has it poked out of her hands by Bergquist, and then a turnover this time. This goes to Snyder. Snyder has a 2-on-2 going the other way. Goes to the hole, misses his shot, and the rebound goes to Gooley. Shine it off to Leach. And here come the High Climbers, trailing 43-17 with 4.5 minutes to go. Near steal, Pinter comes up with the ball, trying to get it down to Gooley, but she throws it away. 17th turnover on the High Climbers. Overland and Mikata step back onto the court for Shelton. Sloan and Johnson will sit down. Bergquist brings up the ball. Goes to the foul line, takes a couple of steps and travels. 10th turnover on the T-Birds. 4:15 to go here in the third quarter. 43-17 is our score. Tumwater on top, Shelton with the ball, and it's a Leach with it. Get down to Overland. Overland bumped from behind, and a late whistle on that one. So Cheyenne Overland's at the free throw line for 2 free throws. 3 points tonight, all at the free three-point line, and she's shooting 50%, making the 3 of 6 shots from the stripe. And the personal foul went on Meredith Jones. It's her third.
Was number 32, Meredith Jones, her third.
Overland has a first of 2 free throws. Short on the first one.
Overland shooting the second attempt.
And a substitution comes Michaela Weller. And Gilchrist will go sit down. Or is that Jones? Well, it's Gilchrist going to sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong. That last foul was on number 42.
That was on 42? Okay. On Forecrest. 42, not 32. Was on the board as 32. So Meredith Jones is 2 personals, and Alyssa Gilchrist has 3. And the second attempt for Overland goes in. She has 4 points tonight. And it is 43-18 with 4:08 to go here in the third. Bergquist with the ball. Gets a screen from Jones. Bounces it to Weller. Weller to the foul line. Out it goes to Christopher. Christopher guarded by Gooley. And she tried to get it to Weller, and that goes off of her hands, out of bounds. The high climber ball. 3:47 to go here in the third. 43-18 is our score. Gooley gets it to Makata. Now to Leach. Leach will bounce it over to Pinter. Pinter speeds around, stops, looking for Gooley. Finds Gooley at the foul line. And a steal by Christopher going the other way for Tumwater. Bangs into Pinter, no whistle, but makes the bucket. 17 points for her, Christopher. And it's 45-18. Overland going to the hoop, puts it up and in. First a bucket for Cheyenne tonight, and she's 6 points. And it's a 25-point lead for Tumwater. Under 3 minutes to go here is Christopher trying to go coast to coast. Missed the shot, and Overland with the rebound. Gives it up to Gooley. Gooley up the far sidelines. Lets the pack pass her by. Sets the offense for the High Climbers. Makata can't handle the pass, goes out of bounds. So 18th turnover on the High Climbers. Jessica Johnson returns for Shelton. Ella Pinter will sit down. And let's see here, Brooke Hare is back in the ballgame for Tumwater. She inbounds it, and that's actually now with it is Bergquist. High post feeders, the side of paint feed to that's Jones, Meredith Jones. To Hare, to Bergquist, to Christopher. 3 on the way, that's short. Rebound goes to Johnson for Shelton. And she'll throw it all the way up to Gooley. Gooley avoids the defense, puts it off the glass and in. It's her first bucket of the night, 3 points for her. It's 2:05 to go in the third, 45-22 now. Bergquist with it. Changing direction, stops in the paint, puts it up a little short. Rebound pulled down by Gooley, but she threw it right to Weller. Weller goes up and in. 47-22. Overland has it in the front court for Shelton. Going to the hoop, puts it up and in. Minute 35 to go here in the quarter. Bergquist has it for Tumwater. Throws it to Weller. Weller to Hare. Gets the ball back to Weller. Weller stops on the box. A little fade away. Hoops up short, and Makata with the rebound. And here comes Leach for Shelton. It's coming the other way. That's Gooley and a kicked ball. 1:17 to go here in the third. Ella Pinter will step back onto the court, and Aurora Gooley will sit down. Inbounds goes to Overland. She'll take a one dribble, puts it up the glass, and in. And it's a 21-point lead for Tumwater. Bergquist has it. Changing directions, going to the left, stops, lobs a pass up to Hare. Hare to side of paint and Weller. Weller out to Jones. Jones up top to Christopher. Her 3 hit the top, goes in. 3 threes for her in the ball game. And she has a ton of points here. 20 points, I believe. 38 seconds in the third. Down to Overland. Tried to drive, dribble it off her foot, had to go get it. Here's Pinter with it. The 5-footer. Throws it out to Leach. Leach for three. Nope. Rebound Overland. Puts it up, missed it. Rebound goes to Leach, and that's knocked out of bounds. It'll be high climber ball. 23 seconds in the third. 50 to 26. Inbounds goes to Johnson. Up to Overland. Cheyenne throws over to Pinter and over her head out of bounds. 19th turnover on the high climbers. 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Tumwater leading 50 to 26. Bergquist over to Christopher. Drives to the foul line. Kick it back out to Jones. Jones will take a long two-jumper. Missed that one, and rebound goes to Overland. Here comes Leach, and time runs out on the third quarter. So the Tumwater T-Birds are up 50 to 26 on the high climbers here tonight on MasonWebTV.com. We'll be right back.
That's a keeper.
Yep, come on.
Remember adventure? We do. Your family fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
We're waiting for the start of the fourth quarter. Tumwater leads at 50 to 26. The T-Birds are being led by Ashley Christopher's 22 points. Mackenzie Bergquist has 13. Those are the leading scorers in the ball game. High climbers are finally getting a little offense going, and Cheyenne Overland has 10 points. Taylor Stroud has 8. High climbers have the ball. Start out the fourth quarter. Pinter with it, dribbling around. Stops and gives it to Makata. Looking for Sloan down low. Overland's wide open on the box on the opposite side. Nobody sees her. Leach has it now. 16 on the shot clock. Now they get it to Overland. Trying to step by the defense. Blocked and got it right back. Throw it out and off the hands of Leach, out of bounds. His 20th turnover on Shelton. Seven and a half minutes to go in the ball game. Tumwater up 24, 50 to 26. That's Hare with it. She'll just step inside the arc and throw in a shot. Her first bucket of the night. Here comes a Leach. Jordan Leach for Shelton. Dribbling up the court. Almost had the ball stolen by Bergquist. Now Makata has it. Looking for Pinter on the backdoor cut. Finds Pinter in the paint. She'll roll it over to Overland off the glass. Missed it, and rebound goes to Gilchrist, but it fell out to Sloan. Now to Overland. Overland will throw it over to Leach. Leach in the corner. Back to Overland. Long two for Cheyenne. In and out. Rebound goes to Christopher. 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. 52-26. Hare with it. Throws over to Bergquist. 3 on the way. Nope. Rebound, Makata. Get to Overland. Cheyenne bringing up the ball. Center of the court. Ball between the legs. Dribble. Gets it down to the baseline. It's kicked and out of bounds. It'll be high climber ball. That awfully quiet in here, folks. After the players in progress left, so did the crowd. New player on the court for Tumwater. It's Tamora Douglas. Inbounds. Makata comes off with it at half court. Overland now. And the ball's free. And Hare has it. Loses it to Sloan. Sloan gets it down to Leach. Leach puts it off the glass and in. 4 points for her. And it's 52-28. Under 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. That's Gilchrist. She's fouled, trying to make a move to the paint. I think Pinter will get her fourth personal. Yes, she does.
Fouls on number 10, Ella Pinder. And
3 team fouls on both teams.
13 foul.
Aurora Gooley's back for the High Climbers.
Replacing
Jordan Leach will sit down.
Game is number 35. Allie Smith.
Now let's see here. Allie Smith that steps onto the court for Tumwater. So some of the younger players getting some time on the court. Inbounds goes to Weatherford, who's back in there as well. Now to Christopher, trying to get by Pinter, and passes deflected, and here comes Aurora Gooley trying to get around traffic. Set the offense for the High Climbers. Down to Oberlin. Shuffles it over to Sloan. Sloan took steps, no whistle, and it gets out to Oberlin. Oberlin loses the ball, but taps it over to Pinter. Pinter has 9 on the shot clock. To Gooley, over to Mikata, 5 on the shot clock. Somebody's got to do something. Down to Oberlin. Oberlin hook around the bigger girl. Missed it, and the rebound goes to Hare. And here comes Christopher for Tumwater. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the ball game. 52-28. Tumwater with the lead. Christopher took steps going to the hole. Give it back to the High Climbers. Inbounds goes to Mikata from Gooley, and Gooley gets the ball right back. Here she comes on the run, and a whistle. Hand check on the High Climbers. And that went on 20. Christopher picks up her third. She'll go sit down. Checking into the ball game. See, here's number 13 is Stephanie Moore. Taylor Shroud is back in there for Shelton, and a timeout is called by the High Climbers. Under 5 minutes to go here. 4:58. 52 for Tumwater. 28 for Shelton. We'll step aside. We'll be right back here on MasonWebTV.com.
That's slow.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstopwrecks.org.
So there's 4:58 to go in this ball game. 52 for Tumwater, 28 for Shelton. The T-Birds are being led by Ashley Christopher. She has 22 points. Mackenzie Bergquist has 13. Nothing else really stands out for the T-Birds there. The High Climbers are being led by Cheyenne Oberlin's 10 points, 8 from Taylor Stroud, but she hasn't played a whole lot in the second half due to foul trouble. She's in there now. High Climber ball coming out of the timeout. Oberlin, Mikata, Sloan, Gooley, and Stroud. She'll lob it in to Oberlin, tap it back to Stroud. It goes to Oberlin, way outside now, up top. Over to Stroud. Stroud looking for something here, finds Mikata. Mikata between the circles over to Stroud. Stroud, one dribble, bounce it over to Oberlin. Shot is off. Rebound goes to Gooley. Gooley's bumped, but no whistle. And picking up the pass is Douglas for Tumwater. And now there's Gooley with it. Over to Stroud. Stroud to Oberlin in the paint. Her shot's off. Rebound pulled down by Gilchrist, I believe. Oh, actually, it was Weatherford with the rebound. That's Smith with it. Over to Douglas. Douglas up top to Smith again. Swing it over to Moore. Moore to Douglas. Douglas off on her shot. The rebound goes to Mikata. She'll throw it up blindly. And going to get it is Moore. And here come the T-Birds. And that's Smith. Down it goes to Weatherford. And a whistle on the High Climbers. Stroud just foul out of the ball game. Leach and Johnson return for the High Climbers. And who else is out there for the T-Birds? A new person's on the court, and that will be, I didn't see who came in. Shot by Douglas or by Moore is off. And the rebound is going as a jump ball called, and that stays with the High Climbers. Oh, Rossman is in there. Katie Rossman is back on the court for Tumwater. Tumwater ball, baseline inbounds, leading 52-28. 3:38 to go here in the ballgame. Inbounds goes to Smith. Smith loses it, but it rolls right to Hare. Back it goes, and at the top, that's Douglas. Over to Smith, who picked up her pivot foot before she made the move with the ball. And that's a turnover on the T-Birds. 3:29 to go here in the ballgame. 52-28 is the score. Tumwater on top. Shelton with the ball. That's Gooley with it. Over to Johnson. Bounce it to Leach. Looking for Overland. Overland cutting to the paint. Extra pass there to Johnson, but there's a whistle on the pass off. That'll be a 15 foul on Tumwater. Personal foul on 15. That's Brooke Hare, her third. Baseline inbounds goes from Leach to Johnson, and Johnson thought that Gooley was going to stay there, threw it away, and coming up with the ball going to the other end was Moore. Stephanie Moore missed it, and Gooley throws it up. And there's Leach. Puts it up and in, but there's a moving screen on Overland. That'll be her third. 15 foul. And we walk the other way. And here come the T-Birds leading 52-28 with 2:50 to go here in the ball game. That's Moore. Getting after Rossman. Her set shot fell off. The rebound is pulled down by Sloan, and over her back is going to be Smith. That's her first, sixth team foul on T-Birds. 2:45 to go in the ball game. Yeah, High Climbers have the ball and they trail. 52-28. Aurora Gooley walking the ball up the court. Does a high post feed to Overland. It's deflected. Out of bounds by Smith. And it'll be Shelton ball sideline inbounds. Leach will trigger the play. And the ball goes up to Johnson at the top of the key. Over goes to Gooley. Gooley, long two on the way and in. 5 points for her? No. Yes, 5 points for her. And it's a 22-point lead for Tumwater. Moore to Rossman. Jumper at the foul line off the glass and in. It's her first bucket of the night for Katie. 2:10 to go here in the ball game. 54-30. Overland out to Johnson. Johnson can't bank one in. The rebound, Smith had it. Overland steals it away. And a whistle on the High Climbers. That'll go on Allie Smith, her second, 7th team foul. So Cheyenne Overland's at the line for the first of a 1-1. 2 minutes, 1 second to go in the ball game. Overland short on the first one. Rebound goes to Sloan. Sloan in some traffic, bounce over to Johnson. Johnson overwhelmed by the sizes coming at her. And 3 seconds in the key on the High Climbers. 1:54 to go in this ball game. 54-30. Tumwater on top with the ball. That's Moore. Stephanie Moore loses it out of bounds. That'll go over to the High Climbers. 1:47 to go here in the ball game. 24-point lead for Tumwater. Shelton with the ball. That's Jordan Leach bringing the ball up. High post feed to Overland. Down it goes to Gooley. She'll lay it off the glass and in. A minute and a half to go in the ball game. Smith with a three. No. Rebound goes to Johnson for Shelton. And here she comes up, dancing up the near sidelines. Down it goes to Gooley. Over to Sloan. She missed a layup, and the rebound goes to Rossman. And here comes Tumwater. And the ball's free. And then it's stolen by Smith, and she'll go right to the hoop and lay it up. Missed the shot, but cleaning there to clean it up is Hare. She'll put it up and in. 56-32 now, under a minute to go. Ball quickly up to Overland. Nice pass to Sloan. That goes up and in. 5 points for Cassie Sloan. 45 seconds to go here in the ball game. Comes Douglas to Smith. Over to Hare. Hare side of the paint to Smith. Smith fakes the jumper. Throws it out to Douglas. Stephanie Douglas with it. Throws it to Johnson for Shelton with a steal. Here comes Johnson the other way. Deflected from behind by Hare. Recovered, and here comes Moore up the far sidelines. Bangs into Overland and charge called. 20 seconds to go here in the ball game. 56-34. Tawana Makata will come in for the last 20 seconds of the ball game, and Cheyenne Overland will rest. And here comes Aurora Gooley with the ball, and 15 seconds now. Just going to run out this clock, run one play possibly. High post feed to Makata, down to the baseline. Leach up and in. 6 points for Jordan Leach, 4 seconds, and that should be about it. As the final buzzer sounds, Tumwater picks up their first win of the season. It's 56-36 over Shelton in the mini dome here tonight. We'll take a timeout. We'll come right back and wrap this webcast up. Tumwater 56, Shelton 36. The final score. We'll be right back.
Remember adventure? We do. The fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
And it is a final here in the mini dome tonight. The Tumwater Lady Thunderbirds pick up their first win, knocking off the Shelton Lady High Climbers by a score of 56-36. It was pretty much all the T-Birds here tonight, but it didn't help that the High Climbers had trouble scoring in the second quarter. Were held to only 4 points, and that was they couldn't really recover from that. They also turned the ball over 23 times by my count, and the T-Birds were able to take advantage of many of those turnover opportunities. The High Climbers dropped to 1-2 on the season. So here they host South Kitsap on Friday night. T-Birds are 1-2 on the season, picking up their first win. Of course, their first two opponents were quite tough. Mark Morris, the defending 2A champion, and Yelm, 4A Narrows League, I believe, champion from last season. So those are two pretty good teams to test yourself in the opening, and the High Climbers are dropping another game. Our next webcast will be Saturday night. We return to Belfair as the North Mason boys host Crosspoint Academy and a non-league game up there in Belfair at North Mason High School. That's our next webcast on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. But tonight, the Tumwater T-Birds knock off the Shelton High Climbers 56-36 in girls high school basketball on MasonWebTV.com. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dietrich Allen.